Welcome back to Now Go See It. I'm Tony, and today we're doing Boston's Freedom Trail end to end. You'll find maps, links, and extra tips at our blog, nowgoseeit.com. We're trying to build our channel so we can keep making videos like this. Help us out with a click the subscribe button. It truly makes a lot of difference. We start our Freedom Trail journey at Boston Common. Established in 1634, it's the oldest public park in the United States. The massive green space in the center of the city is popular with locals and visitors alike. Inside the park, you'll find lots to look at. Parkman Bandstand is a semicircle of columns where speeches and events still happen. Up the slope is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, a granite column honoring Civil War service. It anchors the hill. Swing toward Tremont Street for the cast iron brewer fountain with sea creatures circling the base. Then check out the Embrace, the interlocking arm sculpture, honoring Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King's 1965 hug on the Common. It's abstract, it's bold, and depending on your angle, people see very different things. Whatever you see, it's a conversation starter that does exactly what public art should do. Cross into the Boston Public Garden. The pond is the central feature of this side of the park, with swan boats that have been looping since the late 1800s. Rides are short, about 15 minutes, and operate spring through fall, so you can fit this in even on a tight itinerary. Exit via Commonwealth Avenue to see a bronze George Washington equestrian statue. This is the classic Welcome to Boston pose. Washington out front, the garden behind, skyline peeking beyond. Snap your selfie and keep moving. From the garden, head into Beacon Hill. Acorn Street is one of the most recognizable blocks in the city, a tight run of brick facades and granite curbs that shows off the neighborhood's Federal-era bones. You'll more than likely encounter numerous people creating their best Instagram moments here as you pass by. Feel free to join or keep moving. A few blocks away, step into the Nicholas House Museum on Mount Vernon Street. It's an 1804 townhouse that puts you inside a lived-in upper-crust home. You'll see period rooms, everyday objects, and get a sense of how domestic life worked when Beacon Hill was being built out. Then crest the hill for the Massachusetts State House, designed by Charles Bulfinch and capped with an unmissable golden dome. Inside, weekday tours are typically free when the legislature isn't in session. Outside, the front lawn has statues and a great view over the Common. Now angle downtown for the old State House. Out front, the lion and unicorn sit where royal symbols once declared British authority. Inside, it's a tight, well-curated museum about the road to revolution, capped by the balcony where the Declaration of Independence was read to Bostonians on July 18, 1776. 2 blocks away, the Old South Meeting House. On December 16, 1773, thousands packed this building, argued for hours, and left with the plan that would become the Boston Tea Party. Interiors are straightforward: box pews, galleries, and exhibits that explain the history of the building and the events shaped inside. Combined tickets are available for both the Old State House and the Old South Meeting House. Next stop is the Granary Burying Ground, the final resting place of many prominent Bostonians. You're here for the names: John Hancock with the signature that took over your history textbook, Paul Revere, who did far more than ride at midnight, Samuel Adams, who organized hard when it counted, and victims of the Boston Massacre. The slate stones tilt from centuries of frost and heat. Follow the Freedom Trail to Faneuil Hall and Quincy Market. Faneuil Hall is still a hall for public talk. Ranger programs upstairs are short and smart when they're running. The exterior is classic. It's brick and granite with a weather vane on top. It's a short, satisfying stop. Quincy Market is your foodie paradise, housed under a long granite and brick arcade with a domed rotunda. This is where you'll find the lobster rolls, clam chowder, and slices of Boston cream pie. If you're here at lunch, pick a line and don't overthink it. Everything is delicious, if slightly overpriced. If you're looking for a sit-down experience, Union Oyster House is a 2-minute walk away. They've been serving seafood since 1826, making it the oldest continuously operating restaurant in the country. Chowder, oysters, baked beans, this is New England comfort food and local history all at the same place. Swing to the waterfront and the historic North End. Long Wharf is a hub for harbor ferries, commuter runs, island shuttles, and sightseeing cruises. If you want a scenic reset after the downtown core, a quick boat ride is the most Boston way to do it. If you want to keep the pace high, Codzilla, the bright red high-speed motorboat ride, tears out of here in the summer and is exactly as loud and splashy as it looks. Or combine land and sea with a duck tour. Those amphibious buses depart nearby. They roam the city streets and the shoreline waters. The New England Aquarium is also here, with indoor exhibits and a fun outdoor area with harbor seals. Back on Hanover Street, you're in the Italian heart of the North End. This neighborhood is defined by its bakeries, butcher shops, Sunday sauce restaurants, and summer feast days that close streets. Modern pastry has glass cases that go on forever. cannoli, biscotti, and everything your sugar brain wants. 2 blocks away, Mike's Pastry draws a crowd, sending people out with string-tied boxes filled with cannolis. People here have strong opinions on their favorites. We're not picking sides. Whichever you choose, this is the spot to sample a little heritage. Time for the trio: Paul Revere House, Paul Revere Statue, and Old North Church. The Revere House is small, wooden, and old even by Boston standards. Circa 1680, it gives you a direct physical link to the person behind the poem. Around the corner, the Paul Revere statue stands tall in the Paul Revere Mall, locals call it the Prado. It sets up your classic view. Just beyond it, the white steeple of Old North Church stands. Here, famously, lanterns signaled 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Old North's interior with its box pews and gallery level is simple and memorable. If ticket lines are long, you can still appreciate the campus from the courtyard and peek into open windows for a free view inside. When you're ready, cross the Bill Russell Bridge into Charlestown. This span links the north end and the west end and lines you up for a straight shot to the hill. It's a pleasant crossing with water views and the skyline in the distance. At the top of the neighborhood, the Bunker Hill Monument rises 221 feet to mark the June 17, 1775 battle. The short version: colonial forces lost the hill but proved they could stand up to the British Army in open combat, which changed strategy on both sides. If the tower is open and you're feeling ambitious, there are 294 stairs to the top, no elevator. Just your legs and some pride. Even from the base, Monument Square and the surrounding streets give you a satisfying finish to the Freedom Trail. Finish the day at the Charlestown Navy Yard, part of the Boston National Historical Park. For more than a century, this is where the country built and maintained ships for the Navy. The star here is the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides. It launched in 1797 and is still in commission with the US Navy. Tours are free when the ship is open and sailors serve as guides. Reality note, it's closed on Monday, which is exactly when we showed up, so we couldn't go aboard. If that happens to you, the USS Constitution Museum next door is typically open daily with a suggested admission and does a solid job of filling in the story. Either way, the walk through the yard's dry docks and brick and granite sheds is a satisfying capstone to the trail. If this helped you plan your day along the Freedom Trail, please subscribe. It helps us grow and keep making detailed city guides like this. For hours, ticket links, and more, head to nowgoseeit.com. Now go see Boston's Freedom Trail.